Ladies and gentlemen, the play's the thing. With your host, Judy Sleed. Special guest, Paula Schiff, world-famed entrepreneur. And now here's Judy.
Oh, thank you, Lee, for that wonderful introduction. And I have Paula as a wonderful playmate this evening. So I'm so happy you could come on my show, Paula. And so good to see you. You look so beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you for asking me.
And how did Paula get to the Hamptons, I wonder? Were you born here?
No, I wasn't actually. I ended up coming to the Hamptons for the first time in, I think it must have been 1979, right after I got married. And my husband's uncle had a house out here. And we used to come out on weekends. And we actually bought a sailboat. And we used to spend weekends out here all summer sailing.
Oh, so you lived on a sailboat?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah,
great.
we lived in Manhattan, and then on weekends in the summer out here on our boat.
So where in Manhattan?
We always lived on the Upper East Side.
Oh, I know that part well. At one time or another, I lived there.
Mm-hmm.
So you were born in Manhattan?
No, actually, I was born in New Jersey.
What part?
Highland Park.
That's a city in New Jersey? Highland Park.
Highland
See,
Park.
I always learn something new.
Near Rutgers University, New Brunswick.
So you grew up there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's quite a difference from the Hamptons to New Jersey.
Well, yeah, the Jersey Shore is a lot different than the Hamptons. Yeah.
And you have siblings?
I do. I have a sister who's younger, and she lives in Connecticut.
Oh, that's beautiful there.
Yeah, married with 2 kids.
And you live here, you fell in love with the Hamptons, so you decided to stay.
Basically, my husband and I bought a house out here about 15 years ago.
And which part of the Hamptons you live?
In East Hampton.
East Hampton. Oh, that's so pretty.
Yeah, I love it.
Yes.
Great.
And you continued to have your career, or you just started this, or how did that happen?
Well, when I lived in New York, I worked on Wall Street.
Wall Street. Wow, you must be so smart. You have to
Oh.
be very smart to work on Wall Street.
I think it's more courageous than smart working on Wall Street. But I worked on Wall Street for about 15 years.
Wow. So you know all about stocks and all that.
I know quite a bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you started, you have children?
No children.
No children.
No.
Oh, so it's
I
one
have a
less
wonderful
worry.
niece and a wonderful nephew.
So that's one less thing to worry about.
Right.
So, and what kind of business is your husband in?
My husband has always been in sales, software sales.
Software.
Worked for
that's
large
also,
computer companies.
Oh, that's also a wonderful job.
Yeah.
So did you ever try helping him?
With his job? With his
Yes.
career? No. And in fact, he's actually traveling now. He's not working right now.
What do you mean traveling?
He was working with a company, and they did a downsize, and they let some of the top people go, and he was one of them. So he took the opportunity to go travel. And
And he left you behind.
Well, it was really actually good timing. You know, everything in life I think is all about timing.
You're so right.
I've been spending the last little over a year building a new business for myself, and so it's been quite. It's really allowed me to take the time to spend at building this business without having anyone else in the house right now. So it's kind of like the timing was perfect for him to go travel.
Well, you know, I really admire women, especially women who's in like midway in their life, they start up a new business. You have to have so much insight and planning and a lot of courage to do that. It is, I really feel that that's really wonderful. So what made you start up this new business, as you call it?
Well, I was looking for something that I would be able to do eventually from a boat. because
A boat.
one day my husband and I would like to get on a big sailboat and sail around the world. And not necessarily around the world and back, but sail the world with no real plan to come back.
You never know when you're going to end up.
Right. So I was looking for, home-based businesses and one that I could do possibly from a boat. And I have always been interested in, getting healthier and making a little more money. And so I decided to look in the wellness industry.
What an amazing story.
Yeah.
I mean, I've known you for all these years, and I just didn't know that you
Yeah.
were such a brilliant person.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. Thank you.
You know, would you say this is something very new, that you're going to do a business from a boat?
Well, as it turned out, we've kind of put that part of our life on hold. We probably have about a 5-year plan now, to think about that again, building or buying a boat. But right now, I'm just totally focused on, this new journey that I'm on with this
But my
product.
question was actually, do you know anyone else who's doing their business from a boat? From a ship, a boat, a cruiser, whatever you want to call it. Sailboat?
Sailboat,
Is there going to be a sailboat?
absolutely.
How can you go with a sailboat on an open sea? I can't imagine doing that.
It's wonderful.
So you will have to learn how to the sails when it's up and down.
Right.
I don't know. I only know about
Yeah.
boats, what I see in
But
the
like I
movies.
said, we sailed for, probably 25 years. 20 years we sailed.
So you're an experienced
So,
sailor.
I wouldn't say I'm
we
an
should have
expert,
put that
but-
on the front, under your name, sailor. How come you didn't think of that?
I don't know, slipped my mind.
Doing my business from a sailboat. I mean,
one
that
day.
alone is like you could write a book about that.
I plan
doing
to.
My,
I do. I
doing my
plan
business
to
from
write a book.
Sailboat. Oh, that's what a novel idea.
Yeah,
Great.
a novel idea. That's cute.
So, what else you've been? I mean, that's not how you make your living right now. You're just planning on doing this. So,
Right.
what
I
business?
actually work for a local family-run business doing medical billing. And they sent me back to school, and I got my medical coding license. And I'm a woman wearing many different hats.
And that's also, you going back to school, that's also wonderful. You have to have a really good head doing that. Many different hats. And who's sewing your hats?
Who's sewing my hats?
Yes, you said you're wearing many different hats.
I had an event company a few years ago, so from all the goodie bags they give out, I have a lot of hats
Good.
from all the sponsors.
I remember you telling me like a few months ago you had to travel someplace with your job.
Oh, I was at a convention.
And something extraordinary happened. You were so excited about it.
Well, okay, I remember. The company that I'm involved with is, the product itself has the endorsement of Deepak Chopra and the Chopra Center for Well-Being. And I actually had the opportunity to meet him and talk with him for a while and meet with some of the doctors and formulators of this product. And I also had a chance to be at a private luncheon with Anthony Robbins, motivational speaker, and it was just an incredible opportunity.
There was something else personally happened to you there. You were all excited about something with your name flashing all.
Oh, I had right. Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I seem to forget these things, when
How
they
could
directly
you?
involve me. I had reached a level in the ladder, so to speak, of the company. And, when you get to a certain spot, they have a big screen up on the stage, and they put the people's names up. And I was, just sitting in the audience, and my name was flashed on this huge screen on stage. And I was invited up on stage, so.
That's me.
Yeah,
That's
that was
me on the
pretty.
screen.
And somebody sitting next to me goes, "Paula, that's you. Get up there." So that
Yeah.
was exciting. Yeah, You know, it's amazing because while I'm doing this, it's so about the people that I'm doing this with and the involvement that I have with people that are helping me and working with me. You know, that I never look at it as me, you know? It's like all of us together doing it. So that's why that slipped my mind. But thank you for reminding me, because that was
I
special.
remember. Yes, and so would you say that you are leading a very healthy life right now?
I would say I'm leading a very healthy life. And
In what respect? What do you do different?
I've just gotten myself into very healthy eating. I've recently lost a lot of weight. A lot to do with this new company I'm involved with and the product. And, you know, I've just been taking care of myself, exercising, sleeping well, eating well, and just all around taking care of myself, working a lot.
And would you say it makes you feel better?
Does it make me feel better? Oh, absolutely. I've never felt better in my life. I feel better today at my ripe old age of than I did when I was
That's
30.
what I do. That's what I do. So you feel better physically and mentally, would you say?
Yeah, very.
That's wonderful.
lot,
You have
yeah.
to tell me what you do because I want to look as beautiful as you.
Oh, okay. I'll share it with you after.
I read at least one of his books, this guy you mentioned.
Chopra?
Yes. Yes, he's quite
Yeah.
famous, and he had written many books.
Right, right. He was just, I think he was just voted the #1 teaching doctor in Forbes magazine, of the Forbes 500 or the, yeah, maybe it was Fortune, I don't remember.
Well, whatever.
Yeah,
It
but
was
he's
mentioned.
very
I
well
know.
known around the world.
Yes, even I am familiar with him, and that's something, you know. Because a lot of times I look into things that could make you feel better, healthier, more energetic.
Right.
And
Well, this is definitely that and all that and more.
and who's this other person, Robbins?
Oh, Anthony Robbins. He's
Yeah,
one of the top
that's familiar.
motivational speakers, and
What does he do?
he has, you know, he goes around and speaks at conventions, and he motivates people
To do what?
to get better, to, you know, better their lives, you know, move to the next step in whatever they're doing, whether it's business or personal life. You know, he's like a business, almost like a
Guru.
coach, you know,
business
to help.
guru.
Well,
He doesn't have a product, does he?
no, he's the product.
Oh,
He's
the
the man.
product. Yes,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
the man. So you were sitting with him, and you were rubbing elbows with these guys,
Yeah, I was rubbing elbows with the bigwigs. Yeah,
bigwigs
right,
in this
yeah.
field. So you said you're working for this one company, and now you are giving yourself time to build your own.
Right. Well, I work, you know, full time for this company, and then, you know, before I go into work and after I leave work and on the weekends, you know, I'm working on this. I like to say, I've heard it said, I am working full time at my job and part time on my fortune.
I like that.
So
Yes,
I
that's
heard
good.
a wise man say that once, and
Yes, and that's good. So what do you need to do to start a business? Because I'm really interested to know how people start something and build it up, really.
well,
What's
basically,
the first step you do?
Basically, what I did was I was looking around online and trying to find different industries that, you know, I might start my own business in. And then I was looking at different products, and, you know, I found one that just had all the elements as far as the financial backing, the Chopra endorsement, the product itself being Ayurvedic from the, you know, 5,000-year-old Indian medicine, healing from within, and it just all sounded really pretty cool to me. So I tried it, and within days I just noticed things that they said might happen started to happen. So then I started to look into the business end of it. And, you know, for a lot of home-based businesses, there's a very small startup investment that you actually have to make. You can do it for very little money.
So did
So
you
I
have
figured it
to
was
ask
worth-
for somebody else, or
What do you mean? Yes.
to start up a business? You said you need some funds.
Some money?
Yes.
No, I mean, I had,
You used your own.
right.
Uh-huh.
And, you know,
Okay.
I started at a certain level that gave me enough information and inventory that I could actually go out and pass it around and see if it was going to work. And it's made a big splash out here in the Hamptons. And, you know, I've got people working with me in New York City, in Connecticut, down in Florida, in Mexico. And it's very exciting.
Oh my gosh, I would say it is. I would say.
Right. Yeah.
So, but you're still working on it. Is it all? It's not all together yet, is it?
Well, hopefully it'll just keep growing and growing and growing.
Oh, so
And
it's already in progress.
Oh, yeah, it's already happened. I mean, it's
And
going on as we speak.
when you're talking about all these different locations that your business is in, are they? Would you say they're working for you, or just like a franchise
No,
type
it's
of thing?
it's an organization that we all work together at. You know, I have a very good friend of mine who lives actually here in East Hampton. And when this product was introduced to me, I immediately picked up the phone. I called her up and I said, "You got to get over here now. I have something you have to take a look at." And you know, day one, it's like she's been, you know, like we've been just working side by side.
It's amazing. You're a very smart person. You're very smart. And suppose people are watching now, and if they would be curious, well, how do you start a business? Do you think they would know how? Because if I was watching this, I said, gee, my gosh, look at her. She's so young, and she started her own business. I wish I could start a business of my own, not necessarily what you're doing, but maybe something else.
Well,
So-
the internet is definitely a great place to, you know, look for home-based businesses. Living out here, I know a lot of people who have, you know, seen me around or seen, you know, my name on something, and they've called me, and you know, we've kind of gotten them involved.
Well, that's
through
what
that.
actually I like this place. It's a small community, and you see people no matter where you go. There
Right.
people say, "Hi, how
Yeah,
are you?"
yeah.
And people come up to, "Well, I see you on television." Just wait till people see you. They're gonna ask for your autograph all the time.
They're funny.
So, where do you get this sort of ambition? Does it your mom or dad or?
Well, let's see. My father was a salesman, but he died when I was very young. So my mother's always been, you know, the breadwinner. She's always worked. And my mother, she's so funny. She still works today.
Wow.
She retired a number of years ago, and she was a teacher.
She was a teacher.
And to this day, she substitutes every day.
Oh.
So-
And she lives in Jersey?
She lives in New Jersey, and I just actually spent a week with her in Florida for her birthday. So got her away, and that was kind of
Oh,
nice.
you took her to Florida?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, daughters are really wonderful. My daughter took me to Hungary a few years
Wow.
back. Yes.
Wow.
It was very exciting.
Yeah, it's nice. Traveling is wonderful. I love traveling.
So, and you made a lot of friends out here.
I
You were
have.
telling me
I
about some
have.
of your friends.
I have made a lot of friends out here. I have friends that I have made through our sailing, and I have friends that that we made when, you know, when we were just coming out here part-time. And then we have a lot of friends that have come into our life through when I had my event company, and I used to coordinate a lot of the fundraisers out here.
I didn't know you
And-
did that.
Yeah, my
You have to teach me how to do that.
my brochure was for 2 to 2,000 from Manhattan to Montauk. Those were the parties I put together. And so we met a lot of people through that.
Have you been hiding this from me? You must have, because
You never asked.
I know.
Yeah,
It
so
is-
we, you know, I put a lot of fundraisers together, and so I would work, and my husband would come and attend.
fundraisers
Yeah,
for
so,
what? Different
for local
charities?
charities.
Yeah, like what?
We used to do for Taste of the Nation, for the Family Service League, which is local here. We would do fundraisers for people who lost loved ones and needed to do fundraisers to raise money for them to pay medical bills, fundraisers for schools out here, just food pantries.
My gosh, I know a lot of people who do that, but
Yeah.
they just found you and they said, could you raise money, or you found them?
I guess the first year I stayed out here, I did some volunteer work for the film festival, Hamptons International Film Festival.
Oh,
And I got involved doing parties for them, and then I got involved organizing their volunteers. And I just stayed involved with them for years, and then I kind of went off on my own and started up my own company.
well, like most of the things you mentioned, I had guests on my show who were involved doing, in one way or another, those organizations.
Right.
It is, like we said, it's a very small community, so we get to know
Right, right.
a lot of people.
And then, just going to the gyms, going to the gym, I meet a lot of people, going to yoga classes, and, I just,
How do you,
I'm
how do
always
you
out
have
and
time?
about.
How do you have time for all this?
A lot of, I don't know, I have a lot of hours in the day. I don't have enough hours in the day.
Yes.
Yeah, but I haven't, I don't need as much sleep as I used to, so,
Really?
yeah.
I sleep a lot lately, an
Do
awful
you?
lot. Yes.
No, I sleep sound, I wake up, and that's it. I sleep about 6
You
hours.
must be doing something right. Yes.
I'm working on it.
Yes, and are you hoping that your husband will go into this business, new business that you're doing? He will be
It's
helping?
interesting because he went away, and it was really just like I had just really it just really started coming together. So when he comes back, I think he's going to be very surprised. And it's definitely something that's going to be offered to him if he wants to join me with it. There are a lot of couples that do this kind of thing together, and that way he can, while I'm working, he can be running that part of the business. So maybe we'll see. We'll see what
Well, it
happens when he
should be
comes
very
back.
interesting
Yeah.
if you go sailing and you're going to do this
Right.
business. What would he do? Just watch you?
Nah. Well, I'm going to probably maybe in March go over and spend some time with him in Southeast Asia for a couple of weeks traveling before he comes back.
There's a lot of
and-
other things a person can do. You could take up a different business, then you'll have two businesses, and you could have two different incomes.
Sure. With his traveling right now, he's very apt to find something, very different from anything he's ever done before, and
You
very
said
different than what I'm doing.
he was in sales.
He was
What
in
was
sales.
his selling?
Mostly software for computer.
Oh, you did. We did. See, I already forgot.
Right. Custom financial,
Yeah.
systems.
So you probably are very good at the computer. You don't have to go far to have it fixed.
Well, he's not really involved with that end of it, but he's a lot better with the computer than I am.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I find very few people are good with computers.
Well, I guess we all work on our strengths, I definitely gravitate to people who know what they're doing with a computer, because I'm not
Oh my God,
computer
that
savvy
means
at
we're not
all.
going to be very friendly because I'm very bad at that. I manage, but I always look for somebody. So, oh, how do you do this? How do
Yeah.
you do that? Yes. Well, it's been, I feel I really learned a lot. As I said, I know you for a few years, and
Right.
I just never really asked you, hey, Paula, what do you do? What do
And
you
what's
do?
funny is I never really knew what you did,
See that?
so that, yeah.
That's because we don't actually go, hey, what do you do? What do you
Right.
do?
Well, now we know.
Yeah, now we learn
We have a little
lot.
bit of an idea anyway.
Yes. So it looks like you have a big, nice future ahead of you. And it seems like you did most of the groundwork. But there's always room for more.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I
And
feel like
the-
I've only touched the tip of the iceberg.
And I think the next time I'll hear from you is a postcard from a boat.
No, that's not going to happen so quickly. I think I'll
So
see
you
you
mean
before that.
you'll be around for a while?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yes, a few more years?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
So you're really projecting a lot ahead, which is very good.
Well,
Which
you
is-
know, I don't know. I don't know how this is, you know, how to what magnitude this is going to take off at. You know, I think it's probably
you
going to be
sound-
pretty big, but
But
you know, it'll take time.
I like your attitude. I really do. You give a lot of hope for me you did, and then for everybody else who's watching. You say, yeah, look all the things that are possible out there. And no matter how old you are, I mean, you don't have to just be out of college or
Right.
something. There's a lot of possibilities.
My mother always said growing up, she said, Paula, you can do and be anything you want to. And I'm
That's-
learning that now, so
Yeah.
I believe her.
Even at my age. Right. And do you think any of the close friends that you made here would just go on the boat with you? Will it be possible to share the boat with somebody else, or is it only for two people?
It's, let's see, no matter what size boat we had, when
Yeah.
people said, how many does it sleep?
Yeah.
Two.
Oh, two.
No, of course, we'll invite friends to, you know, meet us in exotic places.
I was just going to
sure.
say, when you dock someplace, then you could call somebody that could just fly there
Right.
on their own plane.
Well, but they'd probably have to have their own plane to come to some of these places that we'll be going to.
So it's been just so wonderful chatting with you, and we're going to have to say goodbye.
Oh, okay. Well, that did go quick. Well, thank you for asking me.
It's been
This
just
was
wonderful,
fun.
and I'm going to say
Great.
goodbye, everybody. This is my sign
Oh,
off.
okay, good.
Goodbye, everybody. See you next week with another wonderful guest. I have a lot of guests, and this is...